Father, we want to thank you for the rain that you gave to us, and we thank you for helping out our drought situation. And I also want to lift up Letha Snell in our prayers. And we thank you for this time to come together and do the work of the Cherokee people. And we ask for your wisdom and guidance. In Christ's name, amen.
Roll call, Michelle.
David Walkingstick.
Honey.
John Garvin.
Honey.
Bill England.
Honey.
Keith Austin.
Here.
Jack Baker.
Here.
Harley Buzzard.
Here.
Joe Bird. Sean Crittenden.
Honey.
Frankie Hargis.
Present.
Wanda Hatfield. Rex Jordan. Dick Lay.
Here.
Curtis Snell. Denise Taylor. David Thornton.
Honey.
Victoria Vesquez. Brian Warner.
Honey.
We do have a form.
Thanks, Shelley. I'd like to hear a motion to approve the minutes of December 12th, 2016.
So made.
Motion. Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Going down to reports. Miss Diane Kelly from Kaufman Lee's Job Corps. Diane, Happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Last month I told you that we were having our ribbon cutting and trying to get our testing center in Pryor up and running. And I told you that there was a lot of tests that we can administer. And one of the things that I found out in talking with Landra is not only can we administer all these different tests for even teacher certification, but we can also evaluate and assess for the states of Arizona, California, and Pennsylvania and Washington, and the state of Oklahoma has contracts with them. And so I said that I would give you some information about it. With the holidays, I couldn't get it in our packet, so I have the handouts which will show you the different types of tests that they can administer. They'll just have to call our testing center at Stillwell, Tahlequah, or Pryor. We also have a contract with Sallisaw and Addie Griffin and her group there at the Education Center in Sallisaw. So we also do tests down there in Sallisaw. And when you call, each of those tests are going to cost a different price. I have no way of knowing what the prices are. But when you call to set that up, then they will schedule the amount whenever they come in to take the test. Some of the tests you can take over again, but there's a timeline on how many times you can take it. So anyway, here's the information, because I know some of you all were anxiously wanting this information, and the staff got the information put together. So I apologize, like I said, in getting it out to you. I've been out myself. My husband's been in and out of the hospital, and I've been in and out myself. So just take one, and if you've got an extra one, share it with somebody, because I know that there's a lot of people that are interested in knowing more about the testing center. We're working with the Cherokee Phoenix to get a story out about the testing center and all the different tests that they can take as well. We're really excited. We've had a series of meetings, and this will go over into the Economic Development Committee as well as into the education on the training component. We're getting ready to go off into a pre-apprenticeship training program with our construction, which means that if you, Councilman Warner, was one of our clients and you came in and you started working on one of the projects, you may move into different phases of that project over a period of 2 to 3 years. We would actually keep track of each phase you went through, and there would be so many clock hours in training in the classroom, and then there would be so many hours that you would actually be out there working in a labor position, so that at the end of that project you may have 2 or 3 pre-apprenticeship cards so that you could be marketable for another job someplace else. And it may end up being that they would go on and get their license, either an electrician, a plumber, or a lead carpenter position. We're working with W.C. Gurnett at the construction site, and we're going to be meeting with the State Department of Commerce, because we need to meet with them on where those pockets are, where the apprenticeship training is. Right now they've already released all the federal dollars. Then we're going down to Dallas in February to meet with them to talk to them on how we can actually be in on the ground floor whenever those new grants come out and how we'll go about doing that. We're hoping to modify some of our grant dollars and then using some of our economic development to get this launched and started. We want to try to get things rolling before the groundbreaking, which is scheduled for February the 17th. And we want to start out with safety, then move into carpentry, then carpentry math, and then from there go into the drywalling, and I believe it's masonry, and then into the electrical. And this will be over a period project. We would look at doing the same thing. And we have some information about the apprenticeship program inside Oklahoma, and I'll have some handouts for you on that as well. Don't have all the details worked out. We're still working on that, but I just want to let you know that this is something that's new. It's something that we're thinking will be a good thing so that it makes people a little more marketable whenever they complete a program or they're actually out there in a labor position. So we see it as a win-win for the business enterprises as well as for us on our end. We've got one of our job developers, Matt Lamont, who's based in Pryor, is going to be moving to the J office on a full-time basis. We have a lot of jobs up in J Grove, up in that area, and he's spinning his wheels going over in that direction. So we're just going to move him to J to work out of that office. And then Marilyn Craig is our career navigator. She is going over to Stillwell. We've got several projects going on over there with Swans, and we've got a project up in Westville, and she's also going to be working with the group down in Salisaw for Fort Smith. So Marilyn's going over to Stillwell. Linda Sachs moved from our Tulsa office to Salisaw. She's a little bit closer to home. She lives over around the Muskogee area, and it's closer for her to go to Salisaw. You're laughing, David.
Sorry.
She used to work for you. But anyway, she's working out of Salisaw. And I just wanted to say that Linda was recognized in the 40 and under in leadership, and she went out to New Mexico and got her award along with Councilman Warner. And so we're real proud of Linda. And then Hunter Palmer, along with Tyler Thomas and some other representatives from Cherokee Nation, got the 30 and under, and they went to Oklahoma City to the state capitol. So we're real proud of Hunter too, and Tyler. And I guess all in all, when you look at what we are doing, we're pretty busy right now. Jeff's getting ready to launch his summer youth program, and they're going to start taking applications, and just real busy. And Daryl and Kim were out in Reno, and they're looking at the pre-apprenticeship. They went out and visited with other tribes, and it looks like that we're going to be able to partner with Joni in behavioral health and possibly Marcia in human services so that we can go after one of the grants where we're all kind of working together on the clients and then also working from the employment end of it. So everybody's pretty busy right now, but it's exciting time in the Cherokee Nation.
Diane, what I respect the most about you is your ability to develop leaders. You have really developed a lot of people that came through your program. Some are sitting on the tribal council today, and there's others that you spoke about. Miss Linda Sachs, she will be one of our future leaders in the Cherokee Nation. And but I give credit to you on developing those people with those, giving those people those abilities. So I appreciate what you do for the Cherokee Nation.
Thank you. We love what we do, and we do have some good directors.
Yes.
They have a passion for their job. They really do. Even the staff do.
Is there any questions for Ms. Diane Kelly?
I just had a comment.
Yes.
When are you not busy? You're always busy.
Well, I've been extra busy lately, being a nurse too. Thank you.
I just will say, I did work in Diane's department for years and years, and she does develop good leaders, but we developed her too.
That's right. It's a two-way street. But I tell you what, she's a shining example too.
Yes, she is.
She
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Big success story.
She
out
sure
of
is.
your department. Yeah. Well,
Anything
saying
else?
that, Diane, good report, and
Thank you.
we hope things get better for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Diane, update the address. on
Pardon?
here. Need to update the address on here. So I'm driving out to Cherokee High.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you. I will tell Landra that. Thank you so much. We'll correct that. I'll make sure we send it out by email.
All right, Diane, have a good.
Thank you.
Next, Executive Director's Report, Education, Mr. Ron Etheridge.
Good afternoon. Give you 2 or 3 important dates or dates that you might want to think about here. And of course, Gail will get them out to you later if you don't write them down today. But Public School Appreciation Day will be the 24th of March. The Friday after that, actually the next 2 Fridays, the 31st, we will be at Roland with our school administrators meeting at the casino there. Not real nice facility back there. First time I'd been down, went down and looked at it last week, and nice meeting facility. And then the 7th of April, we'll be at Will Rogers Downs for our school administrators meeting there, and we've got working on finishing up our speakers for those. Anyway, we'll have preparing for 3 good meetings. Just got through with our RTR orientation last week. We've selected our riders and have opted to have a senior rider. We can't, we don't have one as old as Sam that is going to ride Jack, but we do have one. Old Will Chavez is going to do it again, and so we're looking forward to that, and he's looking forward to it. And so the other riders are ready to go, and we all met last week and had a good time in our orientation, and they're excited. So our training is getting ready to start here very soon. Jennifer and her crew has been very busy. Anytime you have a change in semesters, you know, a lot is required of them, and you know, it's feast or famine in there sometimes, and right now it's tough time. It's tough time on her. It's tough time on them, and you know, each one of them have over 1,000 students. Our concurrent has been taken care of, but our college scholarship stuff is being worked on right now as we speak, and they're going through it. So other than that, you have our report. Any questions that you might have, hopefully one of us can answer.
I have one. With the Every Student Succeeds Act, I believe we're having a summit in Washington, D.C. in February, and want to know if we have any representation going down there to speak on our behalf.
Not right now, but we will. If we're needed to be there, we'll make sure that we have someone there.
Okay, I think that's important with everything coming down with the change administration, that we have a voice on behalf of our Indian education. And
So date, you write the date down? Yeah.
I can't recall the date. Does anyone know what the date is? Do you guys know what the date is?
Got it in the office.
You have it, Jennifer?
NIEA Skill Day?
Yeah, it's the
It's February 15th through the 16th. I
February
had
15th.
contacted you, I'm Jana Roberts. I had contacted you about possibly being put on the agenda today.
Oh, okay. We'll visit offline about that, okay?
Because I have all the information.
Okay.
But it is the 15th and the 16th.
Okay, all right, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate that. Is there any other questions regarding? All right, good report, Ron. Good work, Jennifer. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys have a good.
Thank you.
All right, next down to Head Start, Ms. Verna Thompson.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Verna.
You have my report. Do you have any questions or comments on any of that? We're fully enrolled. Everything's going good. Just filling positions. I know we have positions in Stillwell, Jay, and here.
I think the council's want to have a Christmas dinner. Just kidding. Yes, Sonia, you have.
One of those positions, you mean employment or?
Yes. Yeah, at Redbird, the one behind CNI. Yeah. Cherokee School.
Yeah. It's all online, right?
Any other questions? Nina, Verna, keep up the good work.
Doing a great job.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. Yes,
Thank
yes, ma'am.
you. Thank you.
All right, yep, still number 1. All right. Next, we got Sequoia High School, Mr. Leroy Qualls. Yeah, Qualls is number 1 in our hearts.
Good afternoon. Mine's short and sweet, so we can keep things moving. You had my preliminary report. I've got a supplemental here as usual. I wanted to mention that we had the BIE at our place last week, a couple of days, and I'm going to mention who they were toured by the National Honor Society around campus. And I'm going to mention who they interviewed. They interviewed a sampling of our freshman kids, some of our sophomores, and when I say some, it's below 10, juniors and seniors. And as far as the staff, they interviewed the special education, dorm administrator, after-school coordinator, department chairs, including the non-core department chair, principal, superintendent, librarian, and counselors. Classrooms they went and observed were science, math, English, social studies, Cherokee, drama, and business. So they covered a pretty good gamut while they were at school. We felt like they covered everything from the lows to the highs of the school. And what they were there for wasn't necessarily an audit. They were there to look at top performing schools to take back what they have gathered and maybe share those with other schools in the United States. And some comments that I got from some of my staff. They didn't make the comments to me. I just did the little bit of an exit interview and good luck. One of my staff members come back and said that they told them that Sequoia is in a class all by itself, and that's just pertaining to BIE schools. And there's no other BIE school that comes close to Sequoia High School. Another staff member said top-notch students and school. So I just thought I'd share that with you. You've got a good school and some good people working there, and I'm just kind of there to do my part. I'm the one that's fortunate to be educated with all this other stuff that's going on. A robotics team, just found out a few minutes ago, had 4 teams qualify for state. That's outstanding. We've never had that. They won an excellence award as a team and also the design award as a team, and the meet this past weekend. Academic team is leaving tomorrow for Stigler, and we're hoping that they will make the state meet for the first time ever for Sequoia High School. That's really a neat thing. Our basketball's doing well. Girls 11-0 and number 2 in Oklahoma. Boys are number 8. Wrestlers at Catoosa had 5, finishing the top 10. They were supposed to go to Oklahoma City at Tuttle, I believe, and the weather got that, and they made alternate plans and went to Catoosa, and it was mostly the art school, but they did well up there. And just a little tidbit. 2 years ago, we had one kid go to Harvard, and last year we had one go to Brown. This year, we got one on the verge of being accepted to Stanford. And that's pretty good stuff there. I just couldn't wait to share that with you. That's all I have.
Any questions, Mr. Qualls? Yes, Councilman Taylor.
When's that state robotics meet? Have a date for the state robotics meet?
I do not,
Okay.
but I will get it to you. I'll email Gail and she can send it to you.
Thanks, sir. That's all I have.
Welcome.
Yes, Councilman Buzzard.
Ron, I didn't hear you talk about, saw a program on TV this weekend, competition between Sequoia High School and a private school. I think it was on RSU TV. And do you know anything about it?
What was the competition in?
It was just, competition was all over academics.
Oh,
They were answering questions that I probably never heard of the question.
oh, we've got some good kids.
I thought, my
Yeah.
goodness, all right. I think, I can't remember the private school they were doing competition with, but it was good.
We're being noticed, and what really tickles me is that
Do you know about the competition they were in?
yeah, and I've heard some kids talking about this.
Okay.
So our kids are pretty competitive, you know,
That's
like they
awesome.
were in basketball years past up to now. I mean, that's into the academic team now.
It's academic.
Mhm.
I think it was on RSU TV.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it was unbelievable.
And our drama's done well. I mean, we've got some good kids. They do a good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions? Mr. Qualls, good report.
Thank you.
Next, going down to the Cherokee Nation Foundation, Ms. Janice Randall.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Dennis?
Okay, you guys have the report that was sent out, and the numbers on the front are just the individual students that took the ACT. They took 18 hours of their own time at night and got individual attention to practice for this test. Usually we go to the schools and we do groups of 200 or 150 or however many juniors and seniors that school has. And from the last semester, you know, we had reached 4,686 kids. But I just wanted to show you also that those students that go an extra mile, they give their own time to, because that's really tough, the way kids are so busy in their junior, senior years, to give 18 hours. And the next page has all our junior achievement kids. I've tried to go to all the community meetings, which I've really enjoyed, and meeting the people and telling them about our programs. So if any school wants to do any of our programs, we still have space. They can just give me a call. Right now, we are deep into scholarships. The application ends January 31st. So they have 2 weeks. So if you see anybody that, and College Resources have been referring students to us, and the at-large, I mean, that has been promoted. I've had people call me, I think, from every state. So we're really getting noticed and having a lot of people call or email. So that's all I have today.
Hey, Councilwoman Kevin.
CCPI.
July. Today I just made the ACT for June
Okay, at NSU.
at NSU.
Okay.
And we got that all under. And right now, we're planning on July 17th, that whole week. We just haven't, CCPI.
Okay.
We just have not decided on,
The location.
yeah.
And that is for juniors and seniors? Like if they're a sophomore this year?
They have to be going into their senior, or going into their junior, or going into their sophomore.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah. So, they can't be a senior this year. No.
Right.
They missed out. People are sad when they find that out, but,
It's a little too late by that.
right. We took 40 last year, and we had a waiting list. But we'll be posting that in April.
Okay.
After we announce our scholarships, probably the end of March, then the 1st of April, we'll be announcing our camps.
Okay.
When you say camps, are you just having one at Rogers
We have
State? Two.
No, last year was at Rogers, but this year will be somewhere else. We've had it at University of Arkansas, we've had it at UCO, we've had it at Rogers, we've had it at Stillwater. So we may have both of them at NSU this year, just because we've never used that university for CCPI, and they called today to talk about it. UCO wanted us to do it there every year. They offered us, but we can't do that. So.
Any other questions for Ms. Randall? Yes.
No,
Speak first.
I just go to tell her, good report as always.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, yeah, and people that came down that wanted to be teachers, specifically, I referred them to we partnered with American Indian Resource, and they were going to pick 15 teachers that wanted to go and teach in a high Cherokee school, and like the Cherokee Nation Immersion School, or any county just around here has high Cherokee count. So Rex referred me one, and I think she got the full ride, didn't she?
Got the full ride. We appreciate it.
Yeah. No other scholarship that we had, she qualified for. and she'd call me 2 or 3 times. And she came last year, we had nothing, and then Rex called me again this year, and that one worked out. Anyway, we ended up funding 20 so, and then they'll get to go ahead and start teaching.
That's a great report, Janice.
Thank you.
All right, down to old business, seeing none. New business, seeing none. Announcements?
Yes, I have one.
Yes, Speaker.
This won't take 3 minutes if you guys would. We have a gentleman here, a young gentleman, who's has really been an ambassador for the Cherokee Nation. He's a graduate of Tahlequah High School, and he's also he's a Gates Millennium recipient. He's a George Washington University graduate, and he represents us very well because we're on the same places. We're in the same place at NCAI. So, you know, Brian Barlow here. Let's give him about 3 minutes just to kind of summarize what you do. But you've done an outstanding job.
Ka'usionagad, Brian Barlow, Dalgadoa, Tahlequah Dijinela. Sorry if I misspoke any of the speakers in the room or Speaker Bird.
Good.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to take a second to thank y'all, first of all, because, you know, council is what sent me to NCAI back when I was a sophomore in high school. Didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life, and it's where I found my passion for advocacy, and specifically for our communities here in Oklahoma. So I want to thank the council, past and present, for making that possible for Cherokee youth to do that. I don't know that I would have graduated from college. I know that I wouldn't have graduated from George Washington if I didn't have that, you know, that drive, you know, to bring it back home. So I am home now, and I wanted to, you know, pass that on. And so in addition to thanking you guys, I want to say that I think it's important to continue to send Cherokee youth to NCAI, to the National Congress of American Indians, because, you know, it can really open your eyes. You know, if you're from a tribal community and, you know, maybe you don't get to see your tribal government work that much, you know, and we got our tribal youth on the Tribal Youth Council who a lot of times make it to Unity, to the United National Indian Tribal Youth Conference, and, you know, get youth together, and that's important. But to get youth to NCAI, to those national conferences where you have 567 federally recognized tribes and their tribal leaders there working together, some of y'all have been there, probably most of y'all have been there, and for youth that can really make a difference, you know, to see, you know, the difference you can actually make not only in your community, but throughout the United States for communities like yours. It's a really powerful experience, and I just wanted to give that testament and to thank you guys for, you know, for really changing my life personally, and just say hello. So, thank y'all.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Speaker
Mr. Barlow. All right, here a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved. Second. All those in favor say aye. Aye.